Today's AskReddit post. What did you swear you'd never get into, but now you're addicted it? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Gardening. Who knew that it would bring so much joy? My rose bush had its first flower bloom today, and I spent 5 minutes just looking at it, crouched in my front yard like some weirdo. But I felt so happy anticipating all the other buds opening. OMG, I do this. Every morning and evening I stare at all my succulents and cactus looking for changes, lol. Reddit. Running and lifting weights. I'm over 40, and this is new in the past 2 years. Honestly never thought I'd be thinking poop. I didn't work out today. Started working out and weight training one day after my 43rd birthday. A friend said something that caught my attention. Fit dudes in their 20s, 30s are everywhere. They are supposed to be, but a fit dude in his 40s, people notice that poop. Yep, I agree. I'm 39 and I'm starting from today. Reading with a Kindle instead of a physical book. Before you know it, you're just using the Kindle app on your phone. No regrets. Honestly, this is the way. My bag would weigh 400 pounds if I had to carry all the stuff I'm reading around. Heroin/fentanyl. 5 years sober, by the way. Good for you. I know I'm a complete stranger and this might not mean much, but I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much. I can honestly say as much as I lost, I will never regret it. I now own a 501c3 non-profit distributing Narcan and finding adequate housing for homeless/addicts trying to recover. Even if you are a stranger, you are a human with emotions, and to have that aspect being proud of me means the world. Juggling. All my friends in my circle of climbing buddies always juggled. I thought it was a waste of time. I went on a 3-week climbing trip with 7 friends, all of whom juggled frequently. There was at least an hour of dedicated juggling time each morning. I gave in after day 2 and learned. Now I have over $1,000 worth of light up balls and clubs. This is my life now. Also nicotine and weed, lol. HMM. Maybe I should pick up climbing and juggling. I'm not addicted to gambling. I've been gambling every day for 10 years, and I'm still not addicted. Vampire Survivors. Stupid game, it's so addictive. Best $5 I've ever spent. Cigarettes. My late teenage self would be very disappointed. I'm surprised this was so far down the comments list. I gave my parents all kinds of poop to stop smoking when I was 16. Then I ended up smoking longer than they did. Quit 6 months ago. Thank goodness. I know everyone is different. But what helped you quit? I'm using the tobacco-free nicotine pouches, and so far that's been helping a lot. But I want to quit Nick entirely, it's just so ducking difficult. Alcohol. I'm 37 days sober now. Jesus Christ, I was kind of unaware of some of the more serious effects of excessive drinking. I'm still day to day, and I'm getting better, but I didn't realize how ducked I was physically and mentally until I stopped. Same. 1 year 2 weeks off alcohol. Audiobooks. Thought they were silly as I love physical books. Then I realized I could download and listen to books via Audible on my Apple Watch while I run or work out. I've literally run extra miles to finish a chapter. I feel like Audible is such a scam though. You have to pay a subscription and then also pay for the books. SMH. Recently got really into Libby, and as long as you have access to multiple libraries, waiting lists aren't a problem. Running. I'm 39 and running my 5th half marathon in a couple days. I'm thinking about training for a full marathon too. If you'd asked me about ever doing either in my 20s or early 30s, I would have laughed. You can totally do a full. So cool that you're into running now. This probably doesn't fit, but self-harm. 10 years away from it this past February. I'm proud of you. Seriously. Keep staying strong. And remember, you're not alone. Thank you so much. As difficult as it has been, I wouldn't have sought out people to help or published an article that got 500 shares had I not gone through it. So it's not all bad. Surprised no has said porn yet. As a child, I'm sure I thought smoking, alcohol, weed, and drugs were terrible and I'd never try them. But there was never a second where I thought I didn't want to see some porn. I was ready to see some ass by the age of 5. Yeah, I think a lot of people misunderstood the question. It wasn't what did you think you wouldn't get addicted to? It was what would you never even try? How has nobody said TikTok? That poop is a different level of addictive. It has completely wrecked whatever was left of my short attention span. There was a Netflix show about how they intentionally programmed it to be so addictive. I love it though. We have to learn to be bored again. Magic: The Gathering. I saw friends play it for a decade and never got into it. Now I play twice a week and just top 8'ed my first competitive tournament. That's very awesome. I'm a long time player myself, but have taken a break. It's become so saturated with new sets I just can't keep up. In the early days, it would be 2 or 3 sets released a year. Now it's 2 to 3 sets released a month it feels like. Dude, I first got into it in 1995. Imagine how overwhelming it feels now. There were like 4 ways to play back then. Haven't played since being a child. Is living wolf still up? Haha. Smartphones. I didn't get a smartphone till 5 years ago because I knew it would become a problem for me. And it has. Oh yeah, me too. Although I've had mine a lot longer than 5 years, but I avoided them 4 years and now I can't imagine how I ever lived without one. Prostate fiddling. Did I say 2 fingers? Better make it 3. From Road Trip. Stop no keep going. Crocheting. Thought it looked so boring to do. And for a while I even thought it was ugly to look at lol. I also have sensory issues with yarn. Nothing a little exposure therapy didn't fix though. And crocheting is single-handedly what helped me quit smoking cigarettes. Keeps your mind and hands busy. You just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm hooked. Pokemon Go. 8 years later. Still at it every day. Haha, same here. Love the game. 90 Day Fiancé. Damn, I commented the same before I saw this. I remember judging my mom for watching it until one day I was too lazy to change the channel. Gotta admit you Darcy and Jess for hooking me in. Twitter. Finally deleted my Twitter/X account a month ago and surprised I haven't had the urge to return. But for many years I would scroll for hours. Yup, I had the same problem. I couldn't stop checking it. I was on it constantly and all I did was argue with people who didn't have an ounce of intelligence. Weed and anal mayo. At the same time. Shit if I can. This ducking website. People act like Instagram and TikTok did the addictive endless scrolling first. Nah, Reddit has been doing it for a long time and the mobile app only reinforces it. Hell, even comments now has a button that lets you quickly jump to the next comment for that doom scroll satisfaction. I'm not addicted to it anymore, but Minecraft. The few years after it came out I thought it was a game for kids, and then years later I had tons of fun playing with my friends. It is honestly my comfort game when I'm exhausted from the day. Sometimes I have the energy to make a big build. Sometimes I only make a small build using a tutorial. Other times I just break blocks until it is time for bed. Coffee. 3-minute pour-overs with locally roasted beans 3 times a day is what keeps me going. Never understood why my father always had a mug of hot dirty smelly water in his hands all evening every evening. Now I get it. Brake fluid. But I can stop anytime. They dumb TSS. Skincare. Due to Reddit. I'm a 39-year-old male that just got into skincare about a month ago. My face is so soft now and looks better. I get excited when it's time to wash my face and do my routine before bed now. I never washed my face before bedtime. Hook us up with your guides. Hot sauce. Always thought it was stupid to make food hard to eat or even painful. Now I can literally feel myself jonesing for it after a while. Drugs. I'm a year clean from cocaine. 4 months sober from weed and alcohol. It took me a hot minute to realize I have a problem with all substances. But man, does my mind feel so clear. Keep it up. If you're not in any peer recovery groups, I would recommend it. Thank you. I go to NA meetings and have a home group and a sponsor. I have also started working step 1. Staying indoors. Real. Weed. The pen really changed the game for me. Been a few months of everyday vaping. Changed the game for me too. Not in a good way. I always smoked bud all day, but vaping took it to a new level. I didn't even want to smoke bud anymore because it didn't do poop for me. When you're vaping a cart a day of 90% THC, you have to smoke a dozen of flower to get high. I quit 6 months ago when my tolerance was just through the roof. Best decision I ever made. I only allow myself to smoke on camping trips now, and it's fun because I actually get high. Anim. One Piece did me in on this one. My brother's religion is One Piece. Alcohol. 15 years of out of control daily binge drinking leading to hospital stays, detoxes, and finally rehab. 242 days sober now. Congrats. Keep it up. Anal. RIP in barks. Supposed to be an outbarks. Crystal methamphetamine. I can vividly remember a stoned conversation with the boys when I was about 19 about how we would never try the forbidden trilogy crack, meth, heroin, and I commented that meth scares me because I knew if I tried it, I would like it too much. Fast forward 2 years and I'm drunk on Craigslist looking for a hookup. Yay, I'm old. At least kinda. Go to this guy's house and he offers me a bump of coke. I knew as soon as it went in my nose that it was not cocaine, but holy ducking poop. I got so high and ended up playing with him and his girlfriend for like 8 hours, and it was such a visceral, euphoric experience that I was hooked. Spent the next 6 years in and out of meth/alcohol addiction. I'll be clean 3 years from meth at the end of this month. Still working on the alcohol thing. Don't ducking do meth. Vaping. I hate my 22-year-old self. Nicotine. Canned sardines. Marijuana. Definitely cigarettes. Both my parents smoked, and I hated the smell. I always said I'd never smoke. I've been smoking for the past 20 years. I didn't want to get a smartphone because I thought it would ruin my brain. Everyone told me I needed one because they're so useful. I caved in 2016 and it turned out we were both right. Cocaine. I still don't like it, but I enjoy the smell. I used to use drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Energy drinks. Vape. I really fell into the biggest capitalist trap of our generation. I'm disappointed. My friend and I found vapes $3/$30 today, and after walking out I said gosh what a ducking stupid addiction we have, lol. I hate it, but goddamn am I addicted. Sex. Rarely has a username, so checked out. Scrabble. I don't know why my mind read Scrabble, haha. A relationship. I'm married as of 2 weeks ago. *SIGHS**. Sorry to say, but Reddit guidelines clearly state it's only for sad, lonely people. You gotta go, mate. Pokemon Go. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.